All right, so today I got one of my favorites here. Had it for a little while now. This is the Medford Praetorian Genesis. Of course, this is a sculpted one. I believe this one is Moon Crater with like bronze and violet, and then of course flamed hardware. This one is in S90V. Ended up picking this one up from, get that blade wiped down. Pick this one up from DLT because I wasn't sure on how I would like the full size Praetorian yet, and not only that, but for the full size Praetorian, I've been holding out on one that I'm kind of picky when it comes to what Medfords I want and what configuration. I mean, I know I can always make one and have it done like that, but if I can support the dealer, I'll do that. And Medford's still gonna make the money too. But yeah, so this one I got just as because it is it's a smaller big knife. So let's do measurements real quick here. So the overall length on this is right at, if you include the skull crusher, right at 8 inches. If you don't include it, a little under 8 inches. Blade length is around 3.5, cutting edge 3.25. Let's get a weight on this guy. I got it out here. Come on there. There we go. Why is it in grams? No. Hold on. This is all live here. All right. So you got 6.4 ounces, which it's not bad. I mean, it is heavy for some people, but I like the bigger knives. I believe, and it's milled out pretty good. So, I think the normal weight on them is around 7 ounces, I believe, something like that. Action is, the newer Medfords are just so much easier to break in than the old ones. They're tuned really nice. I don't know what they did to, it used to be you had to mess with these things, quite a bit before they break in, and now it's either you get them right out of the box and they're perfect, or it does take some breaking in. This one did come with almost a mirror edge, pretty damn close for coming out of the factory like that. Got a piece of paper here. Yeah. That's my bad. So very, very sharp. Very sharp. And the texturing on here you think would be, it might shred your pockets or something like that. And obviously it doesn't do that. The drop on this thing, and just I have large hands, and for this being a smaller knife, well, smaller, I guess, is a little different. Let's just do some size comparisons here. SOCOM Elite, Microtech, Hinder XM18 3.5. So it's, and we'll do one more. Microtech Stitch, Ramlock. So if you're looking for a big Medford, but not too big, this is the way to go, in my opinion. I'm a Medford fan, so there's a lot of different models out there, but these, because I haven't done a video, I just got this the other day, so there's the full size compared to the Genesis. I used to have a micro. I ended up selling it because I think my dog was sick or something like that. But so you can see the difference in size. But what gets me is it's a very good looking knife. They're Tontos. It's like a Japanese Tonto. It's the only Tonto I like pretty much that out of any knife that I've seen, unless it's some crazy custom weird grind. But as far as, you know, just factory Tonto, there's something about theirs that I just, you know, just gets to me. I love it. So ergos, you know, it's the jimping, very aggressive. You know, no need for it, but it's pretty badass. You know, I don't, like I said, if you're somebody that wants to test and cut cardboard, you know, that's all good and fine to test the steel. But, you know, I've said in videos before, I don't know anyone that has a job where all they do is cut cardboard all day long. I don't get that. You know, I understand the testing of the edge, the retention, you know, what it'll cut through before it stops cutting, hard use. Yeah, I understand all that. But for I don't want to say normal, but for, you know, just the average Joe like myself, you know, I have an office job, and, you know, I open packages, and if I got a knife on me, I need it for something, yeah, I'll use it for that. But, you know, I understand the testing, like I said, but that's not real world, you know, applications. I mean, it is, I guess you could say, in a sense, but I'm getting off topic here. Let's see let's get the blade stock thickness here. Zero this out. Get that on there. Come on now. I'll zero that out again because that's not right. 0.18. So I think my calipers are a little off. So 0.185. I believe it's supposed to be 0.19. Oh, I'm gonna blop something right there. 0.187. So stocky blade. But I'll go back to the ergos. I guess that's kind of where I started ranting about the cardboard cutting. You know, it's going to be uncomfortable for if you're just going to sit there and test and cut cardboard with. But for just applications of cutting this way, that way, opening a package, you know, whatever else you do is not going to hurt your hand, of course. You know, I'm not saying it's just like ridiculously hurts, you know, but what I'm trying to get at is it's a full size knife under an 8-inch knife to be a full size knife, if that makes sense. So as far as carry wise go, it carries well. You know, it is tall, you know, it's a little thick. So I put like the XM18. So you put it like this. So it is a little pronounced. It's not extreme like the full size, but I would say that it's the perfect size. I mean, for any occasion, you know, aside from dress occasion, of course, you don't want something smaller, but you know, carries well. Their clips, you know, there's a couple clips there I don't really like, but they work very well. The new ones, you know, they have the over travel stop. Of course, it's a shallow hollow grind. Like I said, I'm not tearing through cardboard or material that I need to, you know, maybe. And if that's your preference, and if you want to do that, then you just need to stick to, you know, this kind of ain't the best, but it's somewhat of a thing if you want to just, you know, just freaking do this all day, you know, something slim, you know, where the blade stock's thinner. But as far as, it's not a pry bar by any means. You could pry with this, you know, it's pretty thick. I mean, you can pry with it, you can dig with it, you can do whatever you want with it. I don't do any of that stuff. I don't know anybody that does do that stuff, but I'm sure there are people that do. That being said, you know, they got the cutout for your lanyard. I don't know. I'm not a lanyard guy, and it doesn't really bother me none. You got that, he calls it the attitude adjuster, and man, you jam that in someone's side, like you can just put it in your hand and barely put pressure in that. It'll do the job. So you can just pull it out. You got somebody on you. You ain't got to take the blade out. You just put this in their ribs or wherever and just give pressure, and they're gonna let go. Trust me, I've tested it out on my brother. But and all in fun, you know, to see what he thought about the breaker on there. So it was all in fun. But the action's incredible. Like I said, the sound of a Medford is, it has that sound, and then the detent is perfect. No detent lash. You know, Medfords are made very well. There's a lot of knife companies that are made very well too, but I have yet to come across a Medford that I was disappointed in build quality or action. And I'm going to get a lot of grief for that, and people are going to be, oh, Medford this, Medford that. If you don't like Medford, this video is not for you, I guess. But I mean, I wish you would give them a shot and just not be like, oh, well, Greg is this and Greg is that, when you're just reading Reddit posts and listening to what other people say, and it's such bullshit that he gets such a bad rap when all he does is speak the truth. You know, if you don't like his politics, has nothing really to do with his knives, but you know, it is what it is. You like him, you don't like him. I don't think he really cares, but you know, I think we all need to get on a certain, I'm not going to talk politics in this channel, so I'll just shut up right there. So yeah, so love this knife. Just love it. The S90V, Medford's S90V takes an edge very well. I haven't sharpened this one, but I've sharpened a couple of them that have had S90V just to put my own edge on there, and it takes an edge very well. And their heat treat is, you know, I always hear people talk about their heat treat. Yeah, their Magna Cut, when it first come out, yeah, it was a little soft. And I understand why he did it and everything like that. But aside from that, I've heard people talk about their heat treat not being well. It's like, I don't think you've looked at the current times. His heat treatment is second to none. I mean, it really is. But it's all hearsay, I think, with Medford. They're expensive. They are expensive. All USA made, you know, they are expensive. So if people want to gripe about Medfords for that reason, then just, you know, it is what it is. You can't bash a knife company for, you know, it's all American made. You know, you got to understand how much labor costs. It's not mostly material costs, it's the labor. Our company sells labor. It's a diesel mechanics shop. We work on it. Pretty much everything. And when you're dealing with labor, that cost has to go in there, and that's your high cost of living in America, for their people to have insurance, provide for their family, a 401k, you know, all that is representative in an American made knife, along with all of these that I've got right here. These all, you know, there's a lot of labor that goes into this stuff, you know, but the only one I'll gripe about is Benchmade. I think they just think that they're an American made, which they are an American made company, but my assumption is someone in their stupid department of whatever, sales, was probably like, oh, well, I see American made knives selling for this much, so we're just gonna jack our shit up like that stupid fucking Narrows knife. I mean, that thing's a piece of, it's crap. It's crap. $500 for that, and for a base model one of these you can get for $600. I mean, doesn't make any sense. But that's kind of a little rant, so I'll leave it at that. If I've missed anything, let me know in the comments. But this is just a gorgeous knife. I love it. And Appreciate you guys watching. If you're liking it, just give me a subscribe, like. I love hearing the comments. Either they're good or bad. I can take whatever you want to throw at me. But I appreciate you guys watching, and have a good one.